Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, children. Let's wait for a few minutes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I can see only 20 children are here. Children, please be on time. As such, sometimes there's connectivity problem. So, and turn on your video and only audio should be off. Manas, please switch on your video. Then early Arya, who is iPhone. Winky,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Switch off your audios, please. This is not getting charged. Okay, let's start with the thing now. Yesterday we had started the new topic, right? Expansions, and I had given you the formulae, and also we had solved few questions, a couple of questions, right? So today we are going to continue with the same thing. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll open.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I'll share my screen with you. Okay. So this was the question which we did yesterday, right? And now we are going to do the next one. Okay, this was a question which we did yesterday. And now next one. This is the next one on your screen. A square minus b by 2 within bracket and outside there is a square. So if you see there is a minus sign in between the two terms, and the only identity which will fit into this is x minus y whole square. So first thing is, after writing the question, you straight away please think about the identity which you are going to use in that question and write the spread of that identity. So x minus y whole square, and I have written the spread. It is x square minus 2xy plus y square. Kosto, please first understand, then I will give you some time to write. It's very important, children, to understand that once you've understood, you can do it on your own. So understanding is more important than copying. So here x is actually equal to a square, because you can see my first term is a square. So x will be replaced with a square, and minus is there in the center. Here also minus is there in the center. Y is replaced with b by 2. So I have written both replacements over here. X is equal to a square and y is equal to b by 2. Then wherever x is there, I'm going to write a square. Wherever y is there, I'm going to write b by 2. So it will look like this. X is square. Now pay attention over here. You will get confused otherwise. X has got a square over here, but my x itself is a square term. So in place of x, you will write a square, and the outside square I have written over here. If you miss out any square of these two squares, your answer will be wrong. So again, I'm telling you why there are two squares over here. This square is the square which is already there in the formula, and my x also has got a square term. So this complete thing a square, I put it inside the bracket. This is the replacement part, and this is the normal square which we put in the formula. After that, next term is minus 2 into x into y. So minus 2 is written the way it is. In place of x, I have written a square. In place of y, I have written b by 2. Then my third term is plus y square. So plus, again in place of y, I have written b by 2 whole square. It's very important to put bracket because square will be applied to both numerator and denominator. And after further solving it, this is a raised to the power m, whole thing raised to the power n. The powers get multiplied. So 2 will get multiplied with 2, and you will get a raised to the power 4 minus 2 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator will cancel, and only leftover thing is a square b, which I have written, and this square will be applied to both numerator and denominator. So you'll get b square by 4, and this is your final answer. So please note it down along with the identity which I have used, and every time you're going to do it this way only. So first thing, which identity will be applied. Second thing, write that identity with its spread. Third thing, you please mention what is your x and y in the question, and then you write the spread of the question. Yes, Girija. Girija, any problem?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yes, Girija.
Ma'am, over there in the question, the whole bracket has a square, right?
Yes, yes.
And then when we are spreading them, that
Yeah.
time a square whole square is because of the identity.
Yes, because of the
And
identity.
what about the square that is outside the bracket in the question?
Outside square is this square only, no? This, if you try to fit this in one of your identity, this a square will go and sit on x, minus will go and sit on minus, b by 2 will go and sit on y, and square will go and sit on square.
Okay,
Are
okay,
you
ma'am.
getting?
Sorry,
It
sorry.
is like a
Confused. I got
socket.
confused.
I want to fit this expression in one of the socket which is available to me, and the sockets are those 11 12 identities which I have given you. So every time your first thing will be, which socket do I put this in, so that everything gets fit into that. Are you getting,
Yes,
Girija?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Next question now. Now look here.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Yeah, please note it down. Application of correct identity is very important over here, children. So for that, all those 11 12 identities should be on your fingertips along with their correct signs, because afterwards I will give you some more cubic identities I have not introduced, that I will introduce later on, which is there in this chapter only. So correct usage of formula, and for that correct usage you should remember all the formulae along with correct signs. Okay, this is the next example. A by 2 plus b by 3 plus c by 4, whole thing inside a bracket, and outside there is a square. Now, if you see, this will only fit into this identity. See, with my red pen, I have written this: x plus y plus z whole square. X, a by 2 will go and sit on x, b by 3 will go and sit on y, and c by 4 will come and sit on z. And then square is here also, and square is in the identity also. So first thing, I applied the correct identity, and next thing is I will write the spread of that identity. So if you see, the spread is x square plus y square plus z square plus 2 within bracket xy plus yz plus xz. Now next thing, I have to relate this identity with my question. So here my x is actually a by 2, y is b by 3, and z is c by 4. And now wherever x, y, and z are there, I'm going to put a by 2, b by 3, and c by 4 and write the spread of it. So a by 2 whole square plus b by 3 whole square plus c by 4 whole square plus 2, and within bracket it is x into y. So x is a by 2 and y is b by 3. So I have multiplied both of them, a by 2 into b by 3. Next term is yz. So y is b by 3, z is c by 4. So again I have multiplied them, and in between I have put a plus sign. And plus last is x into z. So x is a by 2 and z is c by 4. Now after that, one more thing which I want to tell you is, children, when you are replacing this x, y, and z, so every time when you are replacing and you see that x is a fractional thing, you please put bracket when you are replacing. Don't just write it without bracket, because then you will forget to apply square on the denominator, because this way it is shown that a square is applicable to both numerator as well as denominator. What children do is they write it without bracket. That is incorrect also, not correct way of writing, because you are replacing your x, and your x is a by 2 and x has got a square. So square should be applied to the entire term and not a portion of it. So by writing it open without bracket, you are telling that a square is only on a, which is incorrect, because a square has to go on complete x, and complete x is a by 2. So that is why if you see, I have all three terms x, y, and z, I have put them in the bracket because there was a square applied. Now in the next step, square is on both numerator and denominator. So this is the answer, a square by 4 plus b square by 9 and c square by 16. This 2 will get multiplied with each of the term inside the bracket. This is first term ab by 6, second term is bc by 12, and third term is ac by 8. Now when you are opening this bracket, you will show that 2 is getting applied to all three. So this is what I have shown, because I am applying distributive property of multiplication over addition. This is my first term inside the bracket, this is second term, and this is third term. So I have applied distributive property. I have shown the multiplication with 2, and I have shown the cutting also. There's 2 in the numerator, 6 in the denominator, cut the usual way. Here also I've cut, and the third term also. Afterwards, now these three I've already simplified. You will just copy them the way they are, and here it will be AB by 3 plus BC by 6 plus AC by 4 is the final answer.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, I did not understand the first step.
this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
now
the second part of it.
this also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see your question and open the page where you have written all the identities. There is one last identity which has 3 terms. A plus B plus C I have written, or X plus Y plus Z I have written. Whatever I have written, that identity will be applicable in this, because you see in the bracket there are 3 terms. Terms are separated by plus or minus sign. So this is
Yes,
your first
ma'am.
term, second term, and third term. So the only identity which is dealing with the square of 3 terms together is this one, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because remaining identities have got 2 terms only. Now, first thing, you apply the identity and write the spread of it, right?
Okay.
Then next thing is, if you pick this up and try to put it on this, so what will match or what will go and sit on X?
A by 2.
And what will go and sit on Y?
B by 3.
And Z?
C by 4.
And what will happen to this square? This square also will go and sit on that square, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now that means you are actually replacing your X, Y, and Z with A by 2, B by 3, and C by 4. So if you are
Yes.
doing a replacement on the left side, you will replace on the right side also, right?
Yes.
So if so then the right side, wherever X is there, I'm going to write A by 2. Okay. Wherever Y is there, I'm going to write B by 3. Wherever Z is there, I'm going to write C by 4. And rest everything will be same only. You are just replacing X, Y, and Z. Nothing is happening to these squares. They are there only, right? Plus 2
Yes,
is
ma'am.
also there. Here also again you will replace all X, Y, and Z with A by 2, B by 3, and C by 4. And you will get this. So this is your right side after replacement. Are you getting?
Okay, ma'am. Understood. Yes, ma'am.
And then you simplify. Here this square will be applicable to both. Same over here, same over here. So you will get 3 terms, first 3 terms. And for
Yes.
this part, first I simplified this. So A into B upon 2 into 3 is AB by 6 plus
Yes.
BC by 12 plus AC by 8. I have actually simplified them and then I have applied distributive in the same step. You can do it in a different steps. First you simplify them. In the next step, you multiply 2 with all of them. Are you getting?
Okay, ma'am.
And then you
Yes, ma'am.
cancel and then you will reach this. Right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome, beta. So please note it down. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one. See. Now here again I have got 3 terms because terms are separated by plus and minus sign. So I see there is one plus sign, there is one minus sign. So this is my first term, this is my second term, and this is my third term. But I see there is a difference. I've got one plus and one minus. The only identity which I have learned till now is this, which doesn't have any minus sign. It only has plus sign. So what I will do, I will write this expression in a different manner. I will copy the first term, put a plus sign, copy the second term and put a plus sign, and this minus I will attach with the third term, put it inside bracket. So now I have got clear A, this is B, and this complete thing is C with the minus sign, and in between I have got both pluses the way they were in the identity, original identity.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Toshit. Yes,
Ma'am,
Toshit.
but before two there is a minus sign. So why are we using this identity A plus B plus C whole square?
Because I have changed, not changed, I have written it in a different manner, and this also has now 2 plus signs only in between. I have put a plus sign.
Okay, ma'am.
And to write this extra step which was not there in the previous one, because previous one had plus sign, so straight away I wrote the spread. But here this is the extra step which I have done just to make sure that my question fits into this identity. The identity does not cater for minus sign, so you have to attach it with one of the term and put a plus sign in between. Now again, I wrote the spread of the identity. Now here, if you see, I have written the identity or the formula in terms of A, B, and C, because my question is using X and Y. So to avoid any kind of confusion, I have used different letters. So now if you try to put this into this, your 2x by 3 will take the place of A, plus sign is plus sign, 3 by 2y will take place of B, again plus sign will go and sit on plus sign, and minus 2 will go and sit on C, and square will go and sit on square. So now I have written the replacement also. A will be replaced by 2x by 3, B with 3 upon 2y, and C will be minus 2. Now, once you are replacing it on the left side, same thing you have to do on the right side. So right side, wherever A is there, I'm going to replace it with 2x by 3. So this is I have shown in this step. So 2x by 3 whole square plus 3 by 2y whole square. Here y is in the denominator. Let it be in the denominator. Don't shift it up. It will continue to be in the denominator only. Plus minus 2 whole square. And plus 2, again AB, which is multiplication of 2x by 3 into 3 upon 2y. Then next is BC, this is B and this is C, and next is AC. So A is 2x by 3 and C is minus 2. Wherever I have got minus 2, I have put it inside bracket, because your multiplication and minus, otherwise they will be written together, which is not the correct way. Always your mathematical operator should be separated. So that is why you put it inside bracket. Now I have done the necessary cuttings. 3 in the numerator, 3 in the denominator, I have cut it. 2 and 2 are cancelled. 2 and 2 cancelled. And the last one, there is nothing to cancel. So just leave it like that. Now this square will be applicable to both numerator and denominator. So 2x whole square. That means this square will be applied to 2 also, to x also, and to 3 also. So this becomes 4x square upon 9. Similarly, 9 upon 4 y square. And this is plus minus 2 whole square. Your minus will vanish, because minus gets multiplied with itself 2 times. It gives you a plus answer. So finally it becomes a plus 4. Plus 2 is copied as it is. After cutting, the first term is x upon y. And here this plus gets multiplied with minus. So you will get a minus sign, and it is 3 upon y, which I have written. Third term also plus gets multiplied with minus. So 2 into 2 is 4. X will be written like that only, and denominator there is 3. Keep it inside bracket only. Always when there are so many terms and signs which you're dealing with,
Excuse me,
it
ma'am.
is always better, Toshit, let me complete. It is always better that you solve and
Okay, ma'am.
simplify and then go step by step. In the next step, I have copied the first 3 terms as it is. And now I have opened this bracket. This bracket is getting multiplied with 2. That means distributive property we will apply. We will multiply 2 with all the 3 terms. So it will become 2x by y. Plus 2 into minus will give you minus. 2 into 3 upon y. And plus into minus again will give you minus 2 into 4x upon 3. In the next step, again, I have copied the first 3 terms, no change. I have now finally multiplied these 3 terms, last 3 terms. So 2x upon y minus 6 upon y minus 8x upon y is the final answer. Yes, Toshit, now you ask.
Ma'am, I got disconnected. So that's why, ma'am, in the third step, wherein minus came.
In the third step, that is this one.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Toshit.
ma'am. I can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen, that means there's some problem with your this thing only, because everybody else is able to see. So from my side it is clear.
Ma'am, where the minus sign? Yes, ma'am. Now I can see, ma'am. Ma'am, this one, x plus y, x upon y,
Huh?
minus 3 upon y. Ma'am, how did the minus came?
See over here, plus into minus.
Ma'am, how
There
did
was
the
a sentence.
minus?
Toshin, your voice is breaking. Repeat your question. Toshit, repeat your question.
Ma'am, I got it, ma'am. I got it, ma'am.
You got it? Okay. So children, please note it down.
Ma'am, I got my doubt.
Okay, good.
Done.
Okay, let's move forward.
Done, ma'am.
1 second.
Okay. Please note it down.
Done.
Okay. Next example. Now here, there's a totally different one. The formulas are already there with you. Now see how these kind of questions come. If x plus 1 by x is equal to 4, you have to find out the value of x square plus 1 by x square, and x raised to the power 4 plus 1 upon x raised to the power 4. I have been given this equation. So I will start with the given thing only. Always in these kind of questions, when they have given you the value of some expression and they are asking you the value of higher powers, please pay attention, because there will be a reversal question also. So you need to understand what I'm saying. When you have been given the value of lower powers, here if you see the powers, individual powers of x are 1, right? 1 and minus 1. Here the powers are increased. Whatever they are asking, it is square and it is raised to the power 4. If this is the question that they are asking, this is the type, because there will be another kind also where they will give you the value of higher powers and they will ask you for lower powers. So this is value of lower power is given and higher they are asking. So in this, you will start with the given thing. So x plus 1 by x is equal to 4. Next step, you will square both the sides. This is an equation. When you are squaring, you have to square both sides. So when I say squaring both sides, you will not put individual square. You will not do x square plus 1 by x square. No. When I say you have to square both sides of the equation, you will put all the terms of the left side inside the bracket and then put a single square outside the bracket. Similarly, all things of right side inside the bracket and then put single square outside the bracket. This is the meaning of squaring both sides. Both sides means left side as well as right side. Squaring means complete left side to be put inside bracket, whether there are 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms, whatever. If you are squaring, you have to put the complete left side inside bracket and then put a square. Similarly, complete right side inside bracket and then put square. After that, you have written the spread of this in the formulae, which I displayed yesterday. So the spread of this is this, which I have written below this. And 4 square is 16. I have written 16. After that, what you do is,
Ma'am, do we have to rejoin?
no, not required. So now what happens is, this 2 will get transposed. This is a pure number. This will get transposed to the right side and it will change its sign. And the only terms which are left on the left side are x square plus 1 upon x square. And it is equal to 14. 16 minus 2 is 14. So this becomes equal to 14. In the next part, they are asking me even higher power, x raised to the power 4. So now I have got the value of x square plus 1 by x square from the first part. I will now again square this. This I have calculated. So I'm going to square this equation again. So after a square, again the squaring thing will happen same way. You will put complete left hand side expression inside bracket, put square outside, complete right side inside bracket, put square outside. Again here identity will be applied. What is the identity? A square plus a plus b whole square. Here your a is x square. So a square plus 2 into a into b plus b square. Remember that basic identity which you have learnt in class 8, the first identity a plus b whole square. So in place of a, now I have written x square. In place of b, I have written 1 upon x square. So in the spread also you will do the same thing. In place of a, write x square, and in place of b, write 1 upon x square. And then you solve it. The middle term is 2 into a into b. Your a is x square, your b is 1 upon x square. So they will cancel each other. And the right side is 14 square, so it will be 196. Now again go back to the left side. It is a raised to the power m, whole thing raised to the power n. Remember that chapter of powers and indices. The powers get multiplied. So 2 into 2, it will give you x raised to the power 4. This is just plus 2, the center number. And this square will be applied to both numerator and denominator. So 1 square is 1 only. And x square raised to the power 2 will become x raised to the power 4 is equal to 196. Now again you will transpose this 2 to the right side. It will become minus 2. And this is 194. X raised to the power 4 plus 1 upon x raised to the power 4 is 194. So this is the answer for the second part. Please note it down. In these kind of questions, children, you need to be very careful and go step by step. And always the center term you will get as pure number, which was actually 2ab. Here you will most of the time get a pure number because your a and b are reciprocal of each other in this case also, and in this case also x square and 1 by x square are reciprocal of each other. So when you multiply two numbers such that one number is reciprocal of another number, they cancel each other and you are left with pure number.
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, wait a
2 minutes.
second.
Yes, I'm waiting. Take your time. I'll do one more question more and then we will wind up the class. This question, this chapter, you will have many varieties of expansions. Many kind of algebraic expression you will get and you'll have to expand either or you will have to calculate the value. Now here we have actually calculated the value of two expressions in number. Sometimes they will tell you to write to get the expansion. Other times they will tell you to calculate the value. So here we have calculated the value. In the previous ones, we wrote the expansion of this.
Ma'am, please explain the questions again because I got disconnected. I'm not understanding.
Beta, let me explain the next one because I don't know which question you got disconnected.
Okay,
So let me just
ma'am, both.
complete it. In your doubt class, I will take the thing again. Okay. When did you get disconnected? Which example I was doing?
Ma'am, when you were doing the second step of the first one.
First example. Oh, so long.
Yes.
It's a long time that you got disconnected. Let me finish this. Okay. Okay, next example is example 8. Now here it's a very, very different kind of question they have given. Please pay attention. My equation is a square minus 3a plus 1 is equal to 0. And a will not be equal to 0. And now from this, I have to get the value of these two expressions. Right? So in this also, whatever is given to you, you will start with that only. So a square minus 3a plus 1 is equal to 0 was given to me. I started with that. So what I did was I transposed this minus 3a to the other side. So it became a square plus 1 is equal to 3a. Now what I did was I divided this complete expression with a. So when you will divide the complete equation with a, you have to divide all terms with a. All terms of left side as well as all terms of right side also. So I've written over here, dividing each term by a on both sides. It is always when you are dealing with equation, whatever you are doing, you have to do throughout. So a square, Yashraj, I'll come to you. Let me just finish it. A square upon a plus 1 upon a is equal to 3a upon a. So now what happened? Right side, a and a got cancelled. This 1 upon a will remain 1 upon a only. And a square upon a, your a and 1 of the a will cancel and you will be left with 1a. So your left side becomes a plus 1 upon a is equal to 3. So this is the value I have got. Now it is similar to the previous one. Here directly they had given you the value of x plus 1 upon x is equal to 4. Here they gave me this and I got this. Now you see a plus 1 upon a has got some number value, and in the previous one it was given to me. Here I calculated. So first part is already
Excuse me,
done.
ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
One
so
by
I'm
one,
asking
children.
why we have divided by.
Why we have divided? Because otherwise how
Yes,
will you
ma'am.
solve this? How will you solve this? I have to get this value of this expression, a plus 1 upon a. How else will I do
Okay,
it?
ma'am.
If you try to solve it by splitting the middle term, it will not happen. Because 1 into a gives you 1a square. If you want to split minus 3a into two terms such that on multiplying they give you 1a square, it will not happen. So the only way of doing it is this. All right. So first is over. Second part, again you square the first part, both the sides, and it is very similar to this. The way we have done this part, it will happen the same way. Just go through the steps. I've squared both the sides and I got the answer of a square plus 1 upon a square, which is 7. Please note it down. And this will be the last question of the class. Tomorrow I'm going to take few more examples, and today I will most probably I'll give one worksheet which will have few questions of the yesterday's class as well as today's class for your practice. And I'll attach these solved questions also with it, okay, for your reference.